Part 1. The lonely giant high in the mountains, a gentle giant named Grumbly lived alone. His only friends were the clouds he accidentally caught in his pockets when he yawned. Down below, the Dwarf Kingdom trembled every time he took a step. Part 2. The tiny declaration King Pebble, the smallest but bravest dwarf, stood on his castle's tallest tower, which was really just a fancy shoebox, and shouted, "We must stop this giant before he squishes us by accident." The dwarves cheered, then ran to hide behind mushrooms. Part 3. The great plan. The dwarves devised a 3-step plan. 1. Dig a giant hole to trap him. It ended up being a nice swimming pool. 2. Use dandelion fluff to tickle him away. It just made him sneeze. 3. Send their bravest knight, who was 6 inches tall, to negotiate. Part 4. The knight's mistake. Sir Tiny Toes climbed Grumbly's boot, but got stuck in his shoelace. "Help! I'm being kidnapped by Yarn," he yelled. Grumbly carefully untied him and asked, "Would you like a lift home?" Part 5. The tea party. Grumbly placed his thimble teacup on the ground for the dwarves. They brought 1 drop of honey, a barrel for them, a crumb of cookie, a feast for 20 dwarves, a tiny flute concert. Grumbly cried happy tears. It caused a small flood. Part 6. The misunderstanding. When Grumbly absent-mindedly scratched his nose, the dwarves thought he was attacking. They launched 100 cheese wheels as boulders, a sock cannon. It smelled terrible. Grumbly just thought it was a funny little rain. Part 7. The real enemy. A pack of hungry wolves attacked the dwarf village. Grumbly scooped them up in his hat, spun them around until they were dizzy, tossed them into the next county. Part 8. The thank you feast. The dwarves cooked their biggest meal ever. A single bean stew for Grumbly, a bread crust banquet, a song so loud, Grumbly's belly rumbled the chorus. Part 9. The giant's gift. Grumbly gave them a mushroom umbrella to stay dry under his tears, a handkerchief hammock for napping, a megaphone so King Pebble could yell orders without straining. Part 10. The dwarf in training. Grumbly wanted to help, but kept breaking things. Mining, he sneezed and filled the tunnels with flowers. Building, his tiny brick was dwarf house sized. Cooking, 1 pancake covered the whole village. Part 11. The compromise. They found jobs he could do. Cloud catcher for dwarf laundry day, living bridge for crossing rivers, theater backdrop. He blushed during romantic scenes. Part 12. The festival at the annual Dwarf Giant Games. Grumbly did pebble lifting. He cheated by using a spoon. The dwarves won hide and seek. Grumbly counted to 10 for 3 hours. They ended with fireworks. Grumbly's sneezes launched them. Part 13. The new problem. Winter came, and Grumbly's snoring blew the dwarves' roofs off. Solution. They sewed his nostrils shut with spider silk. Just kidding. They played lullabies on kazoos to sync their sleep. Part 14. The birthday surprise. For Grumbly's birthday, the dwarves wrapped a whole tree. It took 300 scarves. Baked a mud cake. He thought it was chocolate. Performed a play on his palm. The actors kept sliding off. Part 15. The lesson learned. King Pebble declared, "Sometimes the biggest friends leave the smallest footprints, unless they step on your garden." Part 16. The never-ending story. Now, Grumbly's shadow protects the valley. The dwarves ride in his pockets, and every yawn still brings rain. But nobody minds anymore. The end. Or just the beginning of bigger adventures.